Now, I've come across some major morons in my time. SJWs, gender fluid, non-binary dipshits, sociologists, etc., etc. But I recently came across some retards of a level I never thought possible, which made me wonder just how low can the left go? These people call themselves prison abolitionists.
I identify as a prison abolitionist.
What?
I identify as a prison abolitionist.
You identify as a prison abolitionist. So you'd like all the violent rapists, paedophiles and murderers just to be free and walk in the streets. I wonder why your movement isn't bigger.
If we simply incarcerate every man or woman who commits an act of violence against women, that doesn't necessarily mean that the problem goes away. What it means is we have ever more people behind bars.
Yeah, ever more violent people. I don't want violent people free on the streets. Just what's wrong with the idea of keeping people safe?
It's partly that it's the will of the people, in a sense, that we live in a punishment society. People want their pound of flesh.
No, people want to feel safe. They don't want horrible, bad, violent people living near them and their children. Safety should always be the #1 priority. Isn't that just fucking obvious?
Very long-term plan.
And you think about it, it wasn't that long ago when, segregation was a reality. And it wasn't that long ago when a student gets killed because he integrates a school.
How dare you? Just how fucking dare you compare freeing violent, dangerous criminals to freeing slaves and the civil rights movement? You're disgusting. The civil rights movement was opposing a corrupt society that punished people for no reason but the colour of their skin. That's not the same as punishing people for being criminals. Martin Luther King even said that he wanted his children to grow up in a world that judged them on their character, not on the colour of their skin. Judge on their character. When people do terrible things and are caught, they have to pay the price for that crime. And the general public have to be kept safe. This has fuck all to do with civil rights. In fact, you want to destroy people's rights. People's rights to be safe and for their children to be safe. And this cow isn't the only one.
Civil death stalks the land. Human rights might be the response to civil death, as Malcolm X argued, but that answer has got to be aspirational human rights in the form of abolition, not the scientific sort of human rights that is being practiced today.
Stop right there, bitch. Prison abolition and the freeing of criminals is against civil rights, as I said earlier. And what do you mean, not the scientific rights? There's no such thing as scientific rights. Science is the endeavour to explain and prove how the universe works. It is the search for truth. You're just making things up. And just what is civil death? Prisoners lose their liberties because they did bad things. They are bad people. Bad, violent and dangerous people cannot just simply be allowed to walk freely amongst us. Civil death. Fucking retard. Here's another retard. This time at the TED Talks. Christ. With some of the shit at TED Talks recently, I'm beginning to lose all respect for it.
I'm referring to the United States of America. This country contains less than 5% of the world's population, but almost a quarter of the global prison population.
Wow, then the USA must have a lot of bad people then. But so what? Are you really suggesting that the bigger the criminal community of a country, the more lenient you should be to those criminals? Which part of rationality do you not understand?
10 million children in this country have experienced parental incarceration. They've been torn from a parent.
Those parents shouldn't have done bad things then. I'm not going to free murderers just because they have children. That's really fucking stupid. Oh, and don't forget, some of those parents are in prison for crimes against their own children, you fucking moron. Shit, these far-left, major retarded, moronic fuckwits should never have been given the opportunity to breathe oxygen in the first fucking place.
And so prison does not help people heal.
She's not talking about the victims of crime here. No, she's talking about the criminals being allowed to heal. Fuck the victims. It's the criminals we should feel sorry for. We've got to help them heal. Oh, fuck you. You cunts are always the same, twisting things, creating victims. Really, fuck you.
But also, we need to keep in mind that caging a human being is in itself a violent act.
No, it isn't. Assault is a violent act. Rape is a violent act. Child abuse is a violent act. Murder is a violent act. Locking away those who are a dangerous threat to society is not a violent act. Your lips are moving, but it's your ass that's speaking. Have you ever been raped? Has your child ever been assaulted? Has a member of your family ever been murdered? No. These people cannot be allowed to threaten society and the general public. You may not give a flying fuck about public safety, but thank God most people do.
And at this point, even mainstream social scientists are starting to say that prison is criminogenic. It causes crime.
Well, if the social scientists say that, then, hey, it must be true. I'm sold. Social scientists always know what they're talking about, don't they? Oh, wait. No. No, they don't. Fucking social science. Social science is an oxymoron. These are the dim-witted twats that tell everybody that biology is wrong, as there are more than two genders. That makes accusations of white privilege. And tell us all that men are rapists and accuse science of being racist, and they want to totally eliminate free speech and discussion. There's nothing remotely scientific about these sacks of shit.
The problem with the current talk around modest sentencing reforms is that, as the prison abolitionist scholar Ruth Wilson Gilmore has said, we have taken a detour into reform for a few while there is no change for the many.
Firstly, I don't see how anybody can be a prison abolition scholar. That just doesn't exist. Secondly, why reform sentences for those who don't deserve it? The rapists, the paedophiles, the murderers, the child abusers. We don't want sentence reform. We want to be safe. Why do you feel the need to put evil people's freedom above the rights for public safety?
Moving beyond prison will require collective creativity. All of us working together toward a safer and freer world.
What? Safer? Safer for who? Certainly not the general public. Yeah, let's have all the bad, murdering, even violent motherfuckers all freely walking the streets. You stupid bitch. Really, Is there anywhere where the left is not willing to go? They demand equality for women and homosexuals as they openly support an ideology that really is misogynist and homophobic. And now they are demanding the abolishment of prisons and criminal punishment, again as they openly support an ideology that stones people to death and chops off limbs. I don't know which group is sicker, the far left or the Islamists.